You're watching WANE 15's First at 5, live in your hometown.
Good evening and welcome to Bluffton. We are live in your hometown.
Yeah, we'll be bringing you all of today's top news stories as well as a lot of coverage of the Bluffton Street Fair. It starts today officially with the parade. In about 2 hours, it'll go right behind us along Main Street here.
Yeah, and later in this newscast, we're going to hear from the parade grand marshal and some of the folks putting this whole thing together.
That's right, but let's get to our top news stories of the day. Fort Wayne Police Department confirms that the driver involved in a high-speed chase yesterday afternoon was a suspect in a homicide earlier that morning. Police say just before 1:30 a.m. they received reports of a man being put in the back of a car after being shot near the 2300 block of Cortland Avenue. When police spotted the car later that day, the suspect led police on a chase for nearly 20 minutes before the driver went off the road in the area of Madden Road and State Road 205. The driver initially would not get out of the car, but police did eventually arrest him. We're told the driver had a semi-automatic firearm in his lap and appeared to be suffering from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The driver was taken to a hospital. When police then searched the car, they say they also found the homicide victim in the back seat. The coroner's office is expected to release the identity and cause of death of the victim.
Fort Wayne Mayor Sharon Tucker says the fire union's Facebook posts asking for Fire Chief Eric Leahy's firing are dangerous.
This after Tucker calls several of the comments on those posts threats. WANE 15's Ethan Dolan spoke with Mayor Tucker earlier today. Let's go to Ethan now. Ethan, what did she have to say?
Well, really, Sharon told me that she's disappointed and wants the union to slow down both their posts and their rhetoric. She believes that they might be contributing to threatening comments. Let's take a look at an example of one of those comments. This comment that you're about to see was left under a post made by the union 4 days ago that questioned Fire Chief Eric Leahy's leadership. As you can see, it reads, "Get the expletive rope." Below that is what looks like a stock image of a noose. Today, Tucker told me that the city has not had an official conversation with the union about their posts, but comments like these ones make them fear for Leahy's safety.
As we see the rhetoric amp up, we are concerned with the public safety of the safety of the fire chief, the safety of myself as mayor. So we are concerned about it and we are monitoring it. We're making sure that we turn those concerns that we have over to the Fort Wayne Police Department so that they can do whatever investigations they need to do. But we have not spoke with the union in terms of the information that they are putting out on social media.
We've reached out to the union but have not gotten an official comment back yet. However, they have deleted several of the comments in question since we reached out. At 6, you'll be able to hear more from Sharon Tucker on why she thinks the union's posts are misleading. Ethan Dolan, WANE 15 News.
Now, your first weather from the live Doppler 15 Fury Weather Center.
Meteorologist Nicholas Ferreri, I almost forgot your name. We just rode together.
Yeah, I thought we had a nice bonding experience.
It was a very good bonding experience. I had a bug in my eye, so I'm sorry. I'm a little thrown. We're here in Bluffton. Take it over. Say something smart.
Well, it's sunny. It is hot. People are saying, it's not Bluffton Street Fair weather, but you've got that right. No taste of fall in the cards for us as the week continues. Just more heat, just like this. And we've got this time-lapse view of our Bluffton weather camera. You see a wide shot, then you see how our crew was setting things up all throughout the course of the afternoon so we can be live in your hometown here this evening. Temperatures have risen into the 80s today, and that's where our numbers sit across the area here on this Tuesday evening. Look at the numbers. 84 in Fort Wayne, 85 in Van Wert, 83 in Columbia City, 83 in Kendallville. We're in the low 80s here in Bluffton, too. Now, over the course of the evening, we're watching these temperatures fall out of the 80s and through the 70s. Then overnight, the cooling accelerates, so we will be down in the 50s as we get closer and closer to daybreak. No rain yet, but I am tracking rain in the 10-day forecast. I'll be back later on to let you know when it comes.
A little history about Bluffton. It was founded in 1838. When it was incorporated in a few years later, in 1851, it had a population of about 850. Today, 2020 census says 10,300.
Yeah, and you'll see a lot of signs around town calling Bluffton Indiana's Parlor City. Well, here's why. It got that nickname because more than 100 years ago of its paved streets. At the time, that was a new phenomenon, and it made the city, quote, clean as your parlor. A lot of homes might not have parlors now, but at the time, the parlor was the part of your house where guests were entertained and made you feel at home.
Bluffton Street Fair is the oldest and largest street fair in the state, starting in 1898. There were several years, though, when it didn't happen. You got a depression, you had a war or two, and the COVID pandemic. Organizers say this is the 114th running of the Bluffton Street Fair.
And people are already lining the streets for the parade. That starts at 7 o'clock tonight.
Good sign for a parade when the streets are lined with chairs already.
Yeah, and we have a lot of that history and tradition with the Bluffton Street Fair still to come. We'll highlight more of that later in this newscast, as well as tonight at 6. But coming up later on First at 5, are animal shelters asking for the public's help? We'll tell you why in about 11 minutes.
But first, our Live in Your Hometown coverage continues from the Bluffton Street Fair. We're here from an organizer, somebody putting all this together, when your number one news at 5 continues.
Bluffton's a great place. There's been a lot going on over the last 10 to 15 years. We've got a lot of projects. We have a great park system here as well. We're getting a new pool in a year. Our River Greenway is a great place to walk. Over the past year, we've got a new trail that goes from basically downtown clear out to the north edge of town. It's a great place to be. Small town community, very friendly.
You're watching WANE 15's First at 5, live in your hometown.
The Bluffton Street Fair is known as the state's oldest and largest street fair in the state.
Yeah, it started in 1898, but there were several years it didn't happen because of wars and the Depression and COVID. But this is the 114th running of the street fair, and Erica Lehman is with us, and you are kind of in charge of making all of this happen. Tell us about that tradition of Bluffton having the street fair.
I think what it is, it's all about tradition. We have some vendors that come every year. One of our oldest vendors has been here for over 75 years. The street fair band has a trumpet player that's been coming for 60 years. And people plan their high school reunions here. I mean, everybody just comes to the fair for whatever special memory they hold for lots of years.
And it feels so easy to get here, so accessible. Why should anybody from anywhere watching head this way?
Well, our fair is free to get in here.
Kind of like that.
All of our entertainment is free. We have a concert Thursday night, a worship night tomorrow night. Friday night is wrestling, and Saturday is another Michael Jackson tribute band concert Saturday night, and those are all free.
So everything kicks off with the parade, the first parade of many, really, here at 7 o'clock. The theme is Let's Have a Ball. Kind of, what's the history? Why is that the theme this year?
Our theme this year, we usually try to make it pair up with our Grand Marshal. Our Grand Marshal was involved with basketball refereeing in our city gym for many, many years. He's always been involved in sports, played them as a kid. So we picked Let's Have a Ball because it kind of coordinates with him.
Yeah, we want to meet him in just a minute.
Oh, yeah.
But we also want to ask about, Alyssa kind of said, this is the first of many different parades. How many different parades? What are we all parading?
Tonight is our opening parade night, and it's a float contest. Tomorrow night we have an antique car parade and a high school band parade. Thursday night is our industrial parade, and it's a very long parade where businesses can come through and hand out things for their businesses and get kind of some promotion there.
Yeah, I love that there are so many different parades, and you said people were lined up for tonight's parade on Sunday. They put out chairs?
Yes, we close the streets at 3 o'clock on Sunday, and not long after we start getting chairs sat out on the sidewalk. People claiming their spots to watch the parades.
Will they stay up all week?
Oh, probably.
Wow,
That's
that
amazing.
is dedication.
Yep.
I love that. Love to see that.
What is your favorite part about the Bluffton Street Fair?
Oh, man. It's actually, I love when they're setting up, and I get to go through and see what all came this year and what's here, and just being part of the help that gets it all set up and get it ready to go.
Yeah.
Favorite food?
One of them is at the corn dog booth. It's called a Smokin' Hottie. It's very good. It's smoked sausage with cheeses stacked in there and then dipped. It's really good.
Okay, I'm taking notes. We're going to get dinner after the show. Erica, thank you so much, and thanks for all the work that you put into making Street Fair happen.
Yeah.
So I said we'd meet this year's parade grand marshal. That is Barry Crosby. He was born and raised in Bluffton. He says he loves the street fair. He says that's actually an understatement. The Chicago Tribune took a picture of him and his twin brother here at the fair in 1959. He's been a visitor representative at Bluffton Regional Medical Center for 25 years and has run a basketball program at City Gym for 30 years for 5th through 8th graders. And the Street Fair Committee surprised him with the announcement of being grand marshal at the hospital.
Started bawling because it was something I wanted to do and be someday, but to pick me as Grand Marshal was just an honor and privilege.
He's the face of the hospital. The patients love to talk to him. Very, very well deserved. He is also the face of the community. He's touched a lot of people's lives in the community.
I think because of the publicity of what I've done, that I think people like me. I hope they do.
Barry's family will be with him in the parade as his dream of being Grand Marshal comes true. Nicholas.
Our average high temperature dropped to 76 today, but the actual high temperature rose to 84, and we have higher numbers coming. Your complete exclusive 10-day forecast is just ahead.
Bluffton's great. Everyone's so close, and I feel like everybody kind of knows everybody, and everyone supports everybody. There's lots of new shops coming downtown and throughout the community. There's good coffee shops and bakeries and just some little places to shop. It's a good community town.
You're watching WANE 15's First at 5, live in your hometown.
Welcome back to Bluffton. Two Northeast Indiana animal shelters are sounding the alarm. They're asking for help as they say they are getting slammed with an influx of cats and kittens.
So as we're nearing the end of what's called kitten season, our other shelters around the area also seeing that overcrowding. WANE 15's Allie McKibben looked into that today. Let's go to Allie. What did you find out?
I spent the day calling animal shelters around Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, and out of 8, I was able to confirm that all but 2 were at or over capacity, and both of those shelters confirmed that those who said that they had room to spare, the Bluffton Animal Shelter and the Fort Wayne Animal Care and Control, say they have had to euthanize animal this year due to lack of space. Most recently on Facebook, Huntington County Humane Society reached out for financial support after receiving a flood of sick kittens. And the Animal Welfare League of Kosciuszko County did the same last week, announcing they needed fosters and adopters as they managed a nearly 40 animal hoarding case. Last month, Humane Society of Noble County also took in a hoarding case of nearly 30 dogs when they were already over capacity. A shelter director says they're still struggling to manage the influx.
So right now, some of those hoarding dogs, the little Chihuahuas, we've actually got those in some cat cages.
Possible reasons for full shelters are kitten seasons, that's when cats get birth increase, and rising costs of living. Allie McKibben, WANE 15 News.
Local coverage you can count on continues with Chief Meteorologist Nicholas Ferrari's live Doppler 15 Fury forecast.
It is a warm, sunny day across the area with temperatures way above average, rising in the mid-80s today. That sunshine continues this evening, and even though it is hot for mid-September, boy, it feels quite pleasant because the humidity is low. And when we look at our weather headlines, we see that low humidity is a going theme the rest of the week, into the weekend, even into next week. Now, temperatures remain above average, and the rain staying away for now. That's good news for the Bluffton Street Fair, that's for sure. By the end of the weekend, we'll start to see rain chances come back into view in the exclusive 10-day forecast. Our temperature sits at 84 now, relative humidity at only 40%, and winds coming from the northeast at 9 miles per hour, providing a pleasant breeze if you're outside. 82 in Kendallville, 83 in Columbia City, 85 in Huntington, Van Wert, and here in Bluffton. Over the course of the evening, temperatures hold in the 80s before dropping to the 70s by the time we get to sunset. The Muggy meter parked at comfortable for the next 5 days. There will not be any changes to that. If you're heading out to the Bluffton Street Fair for the parade, that kicks off at 7. We're looking at a temperature of 81. We'll drop to 76 at 8, 9 o'clock 73, at 10 o'clock down to 71. On our live Doppler 15 Fury storm tracker screen, you can see just how absent it is of rain across the region and, for the most part, clouds. We have just a few fair weather clouds overhead, certainly not blocking out much sunshine at all. On Futurecast tonight, we're going to see these temperatures in the 80s and 70s through the evening. A bigger drop comes overnight. And by the time we get to the morning, we're talking about temperatures down in the low to mid 50s. We warm up really quick tomorrow because it's another day where the sun is strong and it boosts our temperatures way up into the 70s by lunchtime. We'll be in the upper 70s then. It'll be 78 in Bluffton if you're going to have your lunch out here at the street fair. Now, tomorrow night, we're going to see temperatures rise in the mid-80s come late afternoon, early evening, then overnight into Thursday morning. We're back down the 50s, and Thursday afternoon, way up in the 80s again. Let's take a look at these numbers for the next 10 days. For tomorrow, 85, mostly sunny. Thursday, up to 86. Friday, our highest temperature of the rest of the week, 88. On Saturday, we add a few more clouds to the forecast picture. We'll have a temperature of 84. Sunday, rain chances start to creep back in. Could have some scattered rain and thunderstorms. Doesn't look like a washout of a day, 83. Now Monday, fall officially begins. We're going to start off the season with a temperature of 82, way above our average in the mid-70s. Could see a few scattered raindrops, but the chance goes up a little bit on Tuesday. Tuesday, 81, then we're back to sunshine and dry conditions Wednesday through Friday next week. Wednesday, 84, Thursday, 81, and Friday, our high temperature still above average at 80. That's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Nicholas. Tonight on WANE 15's News at 6, bringing history to life one note at a time. We found the sheet music to the Bluffton, Indiana Fair March, composed back in 1946. So what does it sound like? Find out tonight on your #1 News at 6 as Live in Your Hometown Bluffton edition continues. But first, the 2-minute money plan with Greg Reynolds is right after this.
It has a beautiful downtown. They've managed to preserve these historic buildings, which my store is in one, with the original tin ceiling on it, and I love it. It's its own little community. It's peaceful, it's clean, it's everything you'd expect in a Midwestern town.
Look at some street fair highlights over the next 5 days. Again, it all kicks off with the opening parade at 7 o'clock right through downtown Bluffton. The theme of that parade this year, let's have a ball.
Tomorrow we go back in time, antiques, classics. A car show starts at noon. There's tractor and classic car parades, as well as the high school band parade at 6 p.m.
Then on Thursday, you can check out the industrial parade. That's at 6 o'clock. There's also a free concert. Hubie Ashcraft will be at 8 p.m.
Friday's highlights include a fire department demonstration at 6 and New Generation Wrestling at 7.
Then Saturday is jam-packed, all about the kids. There's a diaper derby at 11 a.m., a pony, tractor, horse pulls throughout the day. There's a bike giveaway at 12:30. Then the festival ends with another free concert, Michael Jackson Experience Who's Bad, at 8 p.m.
And it's only warm out here, Nicholas, I think, for people like us that are standing in the sun and don't hit the shade.
Right.
Right, the shade is quite comfortable.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. Boy, sounds like a fun week. Can we stay here all week long?
That would be great. And is it going to be dry all week for everybody?
Dry all week, sunshine every day. So sunscreen and sunglasses and shorts and short sleeves.
Okay.
That's your agenda for the week if you're heading out here. You know, tomorrow morning we're going to wake up to temperatures in the 50s, so it's a little cool to start, but boy, we warm up quickly by the afternoon. We're going to be back in the mid-80s.
That sounds great. And we do want to thank Renovate Counseling Services for letting us use part of their parking lot tonight to be live in your hometown. We'll have more tonight at 6.